Hey everybody, it's Stacy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are filming for the week of January 10th to the 16th in my print impression coil planner. And I am using this kit called Planner Sesh. This was actually one of our mystery kits and I loved it so much. So the foil bundle that it came with was in rose gold and it came with our confetti bundle. So that is the bundle that I'm going to be using for this kit as well. And I chose to use this nice planner kit because my intention of this week was actually to take the week off. So I had closed the shop down. I was going to kind of take the week to just kind of do a bunch of like odds and ends in the shop that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Just kind of relax. The kids were going to be back in school. So I was going to just take a week to myself, get a couple things done. And let me tell you, that is exactly the opposite of how this week went. It was chaotic and it was very topsy-turvy. So I will explain a little bit more in detail as we get into the day-to-day stuff. But basically, if you saw my plan with me last week, I ended off the week getting super sick. Now, I'm pretty much 100% sure that it was COVID. I never went and got tested because they were not doing the testing sites in my area anymore. They were just doing rapid tests. And I decided, well, I might as well just isolate anyways. I was feeling horrible. So I just did my isolation as per the public health rules at that time. And that's just what I decided to do. So I'm pretty sure it was, like I had all the symptoms that they always say. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And to top it off, my kids were doing school at home this week. So we found out the week before that they were going to extend their winter break by an extra week and do school virtually. And virtual school just adds a whole nother element to our busyness, I guess, because they have to do 2 online sessions each a day. That means that they're sitting at a computer doing their teacher is giving them a lesson for, I think they're like 45-minute type amounts, maybe half an hour or something like that. So 2 of those, and then they have work after both of those sessions. So there was probably, honestly, I think enough schoolwork that they usually do throughout the day. If you take out like their recesses, their lunches, their time that they go to like gym and library and all those different activities, and just like also the transition time, I honestly felt like it was the same amount of work that they would get at school. So that was really challenging to do at home. But you'll see we made it through, and it's just one of those experiences that we had to go through, but that's okay. It is over and it is what it is. Anyways, to talk a little bit about the stickers themselves, I decided to do the bow bottom washi that came in the foil bundle along with the 15mm strip that we do in our mystery kits as well. And then, so I don't like to do bows on top of bows, so I don't do my normal Simply Gilded washi bow bottom washi, I guess. That was a lot of washi and bow in that sentence, so I think I got a little mixed up. But anyways, I don't like to do bows on top of bows. So what I decided to do is this leopard print washi from Simply Gilded, and it matched the colors perfectly. It just kind of gave it a very subtle look, and I love it. I just think it's so elegant looking, and I just think it's so pretty. I really enjoyed it. So I just went and staggered my full boxes. I put my weekend banner. I chose this like taupey color as one of my colors. Looking back, I realized it's slightly more on the brown side than it is the pinky side. But that's okay. I'm not going to go in and change it. And yeah, I'm just going to put in my overlays now. And then I always put like a little flag in the top corner along with the month. So just putting the January script in. Okay, so let's move on to more of the day-to-day stuff. So I did decide to just work on my open orders that I had from Tuesday to Friday. I ended up taking Monday off. I was so sick, I couldn't even get out of bed. So I am only working from Tuesday to Friday. And I am super glad that I did close the shop this week and I had it all scheduled because I was able to kind of go at a slower pace than normal, and that allowed me to get all those orders out, which was really, really nice. So it was a very, very good thing that I had planned to have this week off anyways. It was good timing that way because I got to kind of work at a more leisurely pace, which was great. So starting on Monday, I just marked with a big half box that I was super sick this day. Basically, this whole day I just laid in bed and didn't do a whole lot. So luckily my kids are at the age now where they are pretty self-sufficient. So I did message their teachers the Sunday night before and just kind of let them know what was going on with me, just so that they knew my kids were not going to be attending virtual school on Monday. I knew from Sunday already that I would just need to take Monday off. So I decided to just email their teachers and just kind of give ourselves a bit of a break there, which they're totally good with. Like, I think teachers are just so amazing during this time because they do understand that not every family can do all of the expectations for online learning, and because they're so regulated on what they have to do, I just think the teachers are doing a fantastic job, and they're just trying their best to help out parents, but also kids. I just think, yeah, they're just doing fantastic. Anyways, I just marked that I laid in bed all day. I also marked that I watched a lot of Gilmore Girls. That is the series that I've been watching. I actually just finished it yesterday, but I was still watching it in January. I also marked that I had a nap, which felt amazing. I almost never nap, so when I do, I always try and mark it because I rarely nap. And then I had a little bit of burst of energy, so I decided to play Let's Go Eevee. I think I lasted like 20 minutes, and then that was all I could do. So then I just kind of laid on the couch and just kind of let my husband cook some dinner, and then just kind of vegged on the couch. And then the kids were super helpful as well. So they made breakfast for dinner this day. And then we just watched Survivor. And I had a super rough night's sleep this night. So one of the things that I struggled with a lot was my lungs couldn't really breathe very well, which makes it very hard to lay down. So every time I laid down flat, then I had a hard time breathing. So I kind of had to like prop myself up into almost a seating position to be able to sleep. So it was just super hard to sleep that day. On Tuesday through Friday, I'm just going and using another round of those washi strips from the kit, and I'm just layering that with our homeschool session stickers. I just have done that since we've started homeschooling sessions since COVID started, so I just like the look of it. I just think it looks pretty. Then I marked on Tuesday that I did some laundry. Usually Monday is my laundry day, but I decided to just move it to Tuesday this week. And me and the kids, and Jake, I guess, got McDonald's for lunch this day. So because they're home, we just decided to just grab some McDonald's. Of course, we ate it at home and just kind of, just had lunch at home. Then I marked that we had to drop my car off for a service. The service was going to be on Wednesday morning, and so the only way we could do that is if we just dropped it off the night before, just because I wasn't able to be in contact with anybody, and then we could just drop off the keys. So that's what we decided to do. The issue with my car was that we were having so much trouble with the key starting the car, and funnily enough, the technicians couldn't even start my car. They had to push it into the service bay because they just could not figure it out. It was like a technique. Like, the guy called me on the phone and he's like, we have trouble starting your car. Do we need to make a new key? And I was like, no, because it doesn't do the same. it does the exact same thing with our spare key that we have. And then I kind of gave him these like silly instructions. I'm like, you have to push it in really hard and then push it forward like super fast and like kind of jiggle it at the very end. And he's like sounding like I was ridiculous on the phone. But honestly, it was the only way that I was able to get it to work. And it's funny because I was the only one that was able to get it to work. Like even my husband couldn't get it to start. So I always thought it was funny because even the technicians couldn't get it. But they ended up fixing my car for me. They did like some kind of simple fix. I have no idea. I'm not tech savvy with cars, but they were able to fix it. Then I marked that I watched Survivor and did some more puzzling this evening. So I was still on my puzzling binge for my grandma this day. And then I just marked that I was super, super tired. I actually miss like writing it in. I think I go back on Wednesday. I realized that I forgot to write it in, so I'll do that later. On Wednesday, I just used an appointment label to mark the oil change that I had. So I also got my oil change as well as the key fix. So I just marked that. And then I marked that I got a phone call about the logo that we were getting made. So my husband actually went and picked up my logo to make like a sign in my office. And when he brought it home on Friday last week, then I noticed that they didn't include like the diamond in the background of my logo. And I just kind of felt like, you know what, I want it to be 100% right because it does represent my shop. And so I decided to give them a call and just let them know that it was not right. So on the Wednesday, we actually called back and forth like quite a bit to just verify all the details. I wanted to make sure the coloring was right. I wanted to make sure that every little piece was correct. Just because, yeah, I just am very proud of my logo, so I wanted it to be right. So they ended up fixing that, and it looks amazing. I love it so much. It's on my wall, and I love looking at it. It makes me so happy. Then again, I just marked puzzling and watching Survivor, which seemed to be my everyday activities. I love those little TVs that I used on Wednesday. Those are from Planner Mania. I don't know if she still has them in her shop, but if she does, you should pick them up because I really, really like them. I'm running out too, and I think I only have like purple left, which I never use purple colors, so. All right, let's move to the second half of the week. On Thursday, Friday, I'm going to use my washi strips and then some more of the homeschool session stickers. We no longer have these in the shop, but yeah, I just wanted to use them. On Thursday, I guess I didn't do a whole lot because all I marked was that I did puzzle. And then I did FaceTime my mom this day. She FaceTimed me during the day. And let me say, okay, so I had a phone call the day before and I FaceTimed my mom this day. And it was so hard because I actually lost my voice from a Monday to, what was it, like Saturday or something like that. I lost my voice and it was horribly hard to talk. So the girl for my logo, I felt so bad for her because she was trying really hard to understand me. And FaceTime my mom was a little bit easier because you can actually see the person. So like you can show them things or you can kind of like read their mouth a little bit better. So that wasn't as bad. But the phone calls, that was the tricky one to kind of be able to talk that long. It was just exhausting. Oh, here I was trying to use this confetti washi and I decided to cut it down and then I hated how it looked. I thought it looked way too small and I just really, really hated that. So I ended up taking it out and I'm going to replace it with this gray and white like gingham washi, and I just think that looks so much better. I'm so glad I took that out. Sometimes you just have to try washi because like you see it in a roll and you're like, oh yeah, that will match. Or even like my swatch book, I will kind of like match up the colors of the stickers to the washi in my swatch book. And sometimes I'll pull a bunch of things like just like I did with this like taupey colored. And I'm like, oh yeah, that will totally go. And then when you're planning with it, you don't think anything of it. And then you look at the whole spread entirely and you're like, oh, I don't like that. So I think it's just a hit and miss kind of thing sometimes with the different shades. I also marked watching Survivor on Thursday, which, surprise, surprise. On Friday, I marked that I got to be done my isolation, so that was really exciting. I was feeling a lot better already on Friday, so that was really good. Then I marked that we went and grabbed Chicken Chef this day. My husband went and picked it up and just brought it home and had our eat out day on Friday like we always do. And then I marked that my new planner arrived. I got a Penny Pages planner from a gift card for Christmas, and I ordered it during her Boxing Day sale, I believe. And it finally came, and I was so excited. So I do end up setting it up during the weekend, but I was so excited to have my planner. Then I marked watching Survivor, and I marked coloring because I was working on coloring in my coloring book planner, actually. That is like one of my favorite things to do in the evening, is just to relax with coloring. These pencils are like so perfect for marking coloring. I just love them very much. On Saturday, I marked that me and my son were building our Lego sets. So if you watched the last plan with me, you'll know that I was also doing this on the weekend. And he got a whole bunch of those Lego Mario sets for his birthday and Christmas. And plus he had like a whole bunch of sets that he had taken apart. And we wanted to build like one big like level and just kind of put it all together. So we were kind of finding the pieces and putting all the little sets together this day. He's really good at like when you get a brand new box and putting them all together, like that's no problem. He's really good at that kind of thing. But when we had to find all of the different pieces, I think he just got very overwhelmed and frustrated. So I helped him with those ones. And then the new ones he just put together himself. I also marked that me and the kids got Tim Hortons for breakfast this day. And I also did my meal planning. I watched some Gilmore Girls. I was still trying to take it easy, but also do a couple of things because I felt like I was doing nothing all week. So I was trying to take it easy, but still relaxing at the same time. And then I marked that I did my grocery shopping this day. I hadn't been able to go grocery shopping all week, so I finally got to go into the store and go grocery shopping. And then I did mark that Jake was ice fishing this day while me and the kids were home. I worked on my new planner this day, which was so fun, setting up all the monthly spreads and the goal pages, all that kind of stuff. So that was really fun. And then our friends came over and we ordered in Chinese food. And then me and Ashley were puzzling, which was really nice. We actually finished my last puzzle this day that I had to do for my grandma. So that felt really good. It just feels like a huge accomplishment. All right, so now I'm going to move on to Sunday. On Sunday, I marked that I slept in, and that felt so good. I love sleeping in on Sundays. And then I marked that we made a blue cake. So there is a big story to go with this cake. My daughter wanted to plan a party, which is something that she always loves to do. Like, it is one of her favorite things, is to plan parties. It is always somebody's Steffi's birthday or wedding or something to that effect in my house. And so she wanted to have this party. And I think one of the biggest things that we struggle with having these parties is that she has a lot of like expectations but doesn't like know how to vocalize what she expects at these parties. So we've really worked on like teaching her how to explain the things that she's hoping to have. And what she wanted to do was to watch a movie, make a blue cake and eat it all together while watching this movie. So easy. I can totally do that. So the cake had to be blue. That was the one thing that she said. So we made a blue cake this day. Just very simple, just like a cake with blue icing. Very, very simple. My husband smoked some ribs this day, so we sat and had dinner at the coffee table, and we ate our blue cake, and we watched the movie Hotel Transylvania 4 because it had just come on Prime, and we were very excited to watch it. We love that series. We just think it's so fun. And yeah, that was our little party. And then I just spent the rest of the evening planning and working on my new planner. Anyways, that is my whole week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think this spread turned out so cute. I really, really love it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody.